You know, the one of the things about Mike Glure, you know, going down to the legislature, you know, the legislature is going to be populated by many, many new senators as term limits take effect. Ernie Chambers is gone from the Senate, and there are many in the state, I'm sure, who say good riddance. I'm not one of them in particular. I mean, Ernie, you know, was in many ways the conscience of the legislature, and I think we need people like that to step up and be willing to be disliked a lot.
He was also fun for the media to cover.
Well, exactly.
Especially in his final days when they were discussing the state fair, and he had the quote, "You can move it to Grand Island. You can move it to Scotts Bluff. You can move it to Colorado." You know, and I don't remember what his point was, but he was sure fun to listen to sometimes.
Right. Well, and he's an entertaining speaker, but he's a really bright guy too. And the thing I think we're going to miss is we can't have, oh yeah, that's a great idea because you said so. You know, we have to have somebody that really looks at these issues. And I would throw the safe haven law. It seems to me there was only one vote against it, and that was Ernie Chambers. You know, as an example where, you know, senators need to look at these laws and not just rubber stamp things. And so I think they've learned their lesson. I hope they've learned their lesson with safe haven. But it'll be interesting. Lots of new senators in Lincoln, and lots of, with the economy the way it is, with safe haven. You know, they have their work cut out for them. So it'll be an interesting legislative session, I think, in 2009.
Term limits affected Grand Island. That seat that Mike Glore won was vacated by Ray Aguilar.
Ray Aguilar.
And, you know, he served how many terms?
Well, 2.5 terms.
2.5 terms.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he was, you know, Hispanic in representing Grand Island. And, you know, we don't know when we'll see that again, but that was something for Grand Island.
I think it was.
Hang their hat on.
Yeah, and it was, you know, Ray broke a lot of ground doing that. You know, he was first appointed and then elected, and so I'm not sure when that'll happen. You know, I'm not sure the Hispanic community is organized politically. I don't know. You know, I don't see that happening right now, but it certainly could happen in the future. It certainly could happen in the future, as we saw in the national election. The Hispanic or Latino vote, very important. And I read a piece the other day that said in the 2012 election, it will probably be the voting bloc that will be most coveted by presidential candidates as it grows. So those are things, you know, as we look forward.
Well, you're looking at 2012.
Well, okay.
We were here today to talk about 2009.
Right, so I jumped ahead 3 years.
And I think we've covered 2008. There's things we've missed. There's things that we've glazed over, glossed over, skipped, just forgotten. There's a lot of big stories that, George, we've just forgotten happened.
I'm sure.
And that's fine with me, because we've probably been here talking for a half hour.
Because we've been here way too long.
At this point, when I do the Huskers HQ show with Terry Douglas, I always say, what's your prediction? Do you have any insightful predictions, George, for 2009?
This is not a prediction, it's just a hope. Peace on earth and goodwill.
Towards everyone? Dogs, cats,
men, women,
men, everybody?
Pets, everybody. Yeah.
I
You with me on that?
agree with you there.
Okay, you got my back on
And
that.
I appreciate everyone who's stuck with us. It's been a great 2008. It's been a terrible 2008, but we've tried to cover it and give you everything throughout the year at the Independent we can. We look forward to covering 2009 and beyond for you in the Independent and at theindependent.com. Thanks, George. Read George's column. He's pretty funny. He's a pretty good guy. And we'll see you in 2009.